Welcome back. So today we're going to do a quick overview of the gear that I'm bringing to the Gun Run DMR Edition. It's kind of a unique match. There's never been one before. I've done one gun run before. I have a kit overview for that as well. I'll link that in the description. This is kind of my before video where I'm going to lay out what I'm bringing and why, and then we'll do a kind of like after action. We'll talk about how the gear worked out for me. So to start off with, I'm wearing my Tactical Distributors Neptune pants. So these are in the Tiger Stripe variety. They're super lightweight. They dry really well. And I'm wearing them with this 2-inch inner belt. So I'm going to have no weight on the belt during this event. And I'm trying to keep myself, super light and also dry really well. So maybe I'll get wet. I'll go through some kind of water feature. So this will help me kind of shed that weight. And then what I'm going to do also is keep my ear pro in one of these little side zip pockets, spare rounds that come out of the gun when I make clear during the match, stuff like that. So these have worked for me before. They work for me for everything else. So I'm going to stick with them. And I'm going to wear my Velocity Systems rugby top. Again, just those little shoulder pockets help out, but also you got that little collar that just makes things a little bit more comfortable with kit. So to the rifle setup, talk about that real quick. So I'm going to be using this rifle that I've used before with some neat modifications. So at the heart of this rifle is a D4 barrel from BCM. So it's a 1 in 7.7 twist. It's a stainless steel barrel, 16 inches, and it's optimized for 77. It shoots everything pretty well. I took off the BCM handguard. I have a Geisley Mark III handguard on it in the same, BCM upper, lower, all that stuff. Geisley H3 buffer in here, SSAE trigger. I got my Sun and Shadow cheek riser like I always do, a little 1/4-inch riser. I got some dope on the stock. I got my little bag rider there as well, a T10 swinger. Part of this setup with the sling is I got the Vickers padded sling. I'm running it kind of in this mid-mount position because for me, I can run it like this across the body, and it's comfortable running with it for a long period of time. And I actually tighten the sling up a little bit to get it even tighter to me while I'm running. So I made just one little adjustment to this rifle, particularly for the competition. HF Concepts Magwell probably shouldn't make a difference during this match. I'm shooting the Razor 1 to 10 with the MRAD reticle. I got the red dot on top. This is going to help me with identifying a target, getting in the red dot, and then dipping down into the magnified optic. I'm doing 100-yard zero, and I have some backup dope written directly on top of the optic. So I reference that quickly. What I also have here that I kind of did particularly for this match is I have the Vortex weapon-mounted laser rangefinder, and I got this on here for this match in particular because they briefed that it was going to be unknown distance. So I will make those unknown distances known, and this thing is going to give me not only range, but it's going to give me my correction. So I'll be able to range, get my hold for it, and engage pretty quickly, especially with having it on the left side of the handguard here, where I can just kind of look down with my left eye and see what I got to see there. Onto the pistol. That's kind of the second half here. I want to shoot something that's going to be able to be accurate, shoot well, but also I want to be as light as possible. So I broke out the old Glock 19. You're going to see this rifle and pistol for a upcoming match, but this in particular was picked for the future match because it is just so light. So it's a Gen 3 19. I got the Talon grips on it. I got the Magpul Magwell, the Grip Force adapter. All the internals are stock, KKM barrel. This is the barrel that's for the big compensator, but I just put the throw protector on it to make it a little bit shorter. And on top, kind of like the big key feature for me here is this is the 1 minute dot on the RMR. So for me, this pistol is a really, really good balance. I've shot a ton of Glock. It's very light to run around with, and this gun will bring it as far as accuracy. Magazines on the right here. So I'm going to be carrying 3 rifle mags, 4 pistol mags. So I have 3 25 rounders. So these are the PMag 20s. with a +5 extension, and these give me a nice balance of capacity, but also keeping the gun low if I got to get prone. I got two 20 rounders, so a 15 rounder with a +5 and two 15 rounders. So this should be more than enough ammunition for this event, and I'm shooting Spear Lawman 124 grain and the IMI 77 grain. For me, bottom line is I had about 150-ish rounds of that ammo left over, so I wanted to just get rid of that lot and not have a box or two of ammo that I can't really do anything with. Support gear, I got the very, very light Game Changer bag. This is like the little pint-sized one. It's filled with Get Light. It doesn't really weigh anything. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to clip it to my belt like that, so I can run up to a stage, unhook it, use it, and put it back on my belt like that. On the right here, just talk through quickly. I got my Solomon Speed Assault whatever boots. These are pretty great, and they're super light. They got good grip. They got everything that you need. I went with these over the usual like trail runner style because I wanted a little bit more ankle support just in case. These do not dry very well, but this is just like a 5 to 7K evolution, and then I'm done. So if I got wet boots the day after, it doesn't matter because I'm not wearing those boots the next day. Over here, this is kind of like a replica of the old AWS chest rig. So I've kind of taped up the two radio pockets on the side. I'm not going to use those. And then we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 rifle pouches. So on this far right rifle pouch where I'll put the Glock, 1, 2, 3, 4 pistol pouches. So that's how I'm going to carry my ammunition. And I'll drop a picture in here of how it looks fully loaded, as you can kind of see how that rides. So this is good. This keeps all the weight, again, on the chest. When I sling the rifle, I'm keeping all the weight kind of up on my shoulders so I can move and run a little bit more freely. Bottom line, guys, I think this is going to work out really well. You're going to see the after action about how this actually did work out for me, and we'll get kind of like all the rundown of what was good and what wasn't.